You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Warning: adult topics and content. You must be legal age of majority in your location to view. We are an educational, informative talk show, and our hosts may express their opinions passionately using explicit language. No offense is intended. Take a break and tune in for some great cannabis and psychedelic chit-chat. Learn what's going on in the cannabis industry, find out what's new on the review, and enjoy a laugh or two. Join us for today's Tokin Talk here on the Pace Radio Network with Reverend Cindy and Irene.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. A little bit frazzled, and now I know why that sound was so low. Apparently, my volume was down.
Okay.
You know, when you're just having one of those days where nothing seems to go right. It's, you know, you go to pick up a fork and they all fall, the drawer falls out of the cupboard, and you go to pick up the milk and it's empty, or, you know what I mean? Like, just everything is, you know, today was that day. So yay, Medicated Mondays. Here we are. Tokin Talk, Medicated Monday. I think I needed it to go to an evening show.
Absolutely. Just doing a couple of shares. So I was kind of doing two things at the same time, which if I had been thinking, I would have done it during the opening, but I wasn't thinking. So I've got it done now, though.
Oh, very cool. And you know what? I really haven't had a chance to do any sort of internet stuff or any of the content marketing that I normally do. Just with this nail business, Easy Nails, it's there's a definite demand in the area. And so my days and my hours are filled between multiple tasking. How about you? What have you been doing?
We have been preparing a new show for the network, which launches tomorrow. And the announcement just went out just before us this evening. So the Mushy Moment premieres tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern with Steve Mather and myself hosting. I'm pretty excited.
That is so exciting. We were talking a little bit about that recently, and I was saying how excited I am to actually watch that program. I'm thinking it's going to be really informative and really good, like down to earth, but informative. And for anybody out there, whether you're a seasoned consumer or a brand new newbie like me, right? I think it's going to be great. I'm looking very forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Thanks. It's Steve he's been a good close friend for a while, and to be able to launch into this with him is going to be pretty exciting. We're starting off. Our first guest tomorrow is his partner, John Sayre. If anybody has watched the documentary, The Psychedelic Frontier, Steve and John were in it representing microdosing and showing off some of the things that they do and talking about their story. Hey, Carolyn.
I'm wondering, how are you seeing that? And then I just realized I don't have comments on. Hello. You know what? It's gonna be exciting. So your holidays, because this is our first show back since the holidays, right?
Yeah.
It's before the holidays.
Yeah.
So I know we've talked a little bit, but your holidays, they obviously have been very busy with more than just family and festivities.
Yeah, well, it was just before we went off for Christmas break that Steve said to me, he goes, "When are we starting our podcast?" And I'm like, well, when we come back from holiday break. So we've spent time talking about that and talking with Al. A lot of people, if you watch Pace News at all, we used to be called the Reefer Reporters. And for the last few months of the Reefer Reporters, we had a little segment in there called the Mushy Moment, where we featured psychedelic stories, not just about mushrooms, but about, any psychedelics. And as time grew on, when I had taken a hiatus, when I came back from my hiatus, we were on one story for the Mushy Moment. And I'm like, one? And Elle said, well, no, you can do 2 if you want. So I pushed it. I did 2 as much as I could. And then when we moved to Pace News, the psychedelic and cannabis education news, it's like, okay, you can do whatever mix you want. And I'm like, oh, goody.
Nice.
Yeah. So we stole that name, the mushy moment that we dropped when we combined the psychedelic and cannabis news.
Right. Yeah. And that was, because we just did that change at the station just not that long ago. We went from people advocating cannabis education to psychedelics and cannabis education. Am I right? Yes. I'm saying that right. Do you know what? I'm sorry. And I do apologize to anybody. I'm really not always this much of a flake, but right now, this ass is trying to ride 2 horses. So for the next week or so, I'm really just kind of a flake. What am I doing?
We are smoking a joint and we are chatting. So
you
cheers.
know what? Cindy, thank you. Oh, you went with the pinky. You know what? Thank you so much. I love these tubes. I had a bitch of a time packing it. But because I still had gummy all over my fingers, it hadn't quite come off yet. I've been doing some jewelry, getting some jewelry centerpieces created, right?
Oh, nice.
So in doing those, my fingers had gotten, even though I wear my gloves, they were getting kind of gummy, and then it's like, oh shit, my show tonight, our show, right? And it's like, okay, pack a joint. It's like
So here's another thing I can tell you. I mean, we didn't get much of a chance to chat beforehand because Irene was trying to finish up something as we were getting going. But hey, I'll see you on March 8th. I'll see you.
Yay! Oh, that's so wonderful. So you will be here. That's
yes. We picked time. So after the show, I'll tell you all about it. But yeah, arriving on the 8th and doing ceremony on the 10th, 11th, 12th. I'm super excited.
Oh, excellent. That's so awesome. Do you know what, Cindy? I really have to excuse myself for a moment because my lighter is dead. This lighter is dead. My other lighter is dead. And I really need to find a live one.
That's hilarious.
I'll be back in 2 and 2. And you know what? That's really cool. March 8th. Yay!
Yes. So, Carolyn, I think we are both doing great. Thank you so much for asking. I hope you're doing absolutely wonderful. And hello, Ms. Parker. Good evening here from Nova Scotia up to your afternoon. We are hitting your 4:20 in 13 minutes. Woohoo! Irene is on the hunt for a lighter. I think she found one.
Oh, and I lit the cigarette instead of the joint, silly girl.
Carolyn, I am sending out your package because I didn't get it out before. I just I couldn't find the box that I had bought, but I found it. It slipped underneath my table beside me. But I've got that together and I've thrown in a little bit something extra just to say sorry. I saw you make a post here before Christmas that the one lanyard you didn't have that you wanted was a Karma Cup lanyard. Well, I just happened to find an extra Karma Cup lanyard while I was getting stuff together. So that will be out tomorrow. And there's an extra lanyard in it for you. For sure.
Oh, that's so cool. You are so awesome.
Oh,
yeah,
thanks.
I felt guilty. A lot of my packages went out, came back because I wasn't putting on the right postage. And it's my own fault. I was trying to rush things, not doing things properly. So everybody's package got put together. I think the other day I went to the post office because I sent everything out by post office, and there was 11 packages in total. Some of them were prizes, some of them were returns, some of them were stuff like Christmas presents that I just hadn't sent out. And it's like, great. So 11 packages, $300 later.
I like these flat rate boxes and flat rate envelopes because you can get stuff in them, and you can pack them full, and you only have to pay a certain amount, right?
Well, I think that's definitely what we have to do because, you know what? If we get a flat rate, hello. If we do get these flat rate boxes, then I know what things I can put in them. So, and what did you do? Just go to the post office? And I love these cones, by the way. For anybody that doesn't know or didn't see the post, let me just show you. Cindy sent me, can you see it now? Yeah. Cindy sent me a whole package of really fancy dancy cones, and they fit a little over a gram, and they're just gorgeous. Now, I don't know where you get these, Cindy, but I love.
At the head shop I help at.
Okay. At the head shop you help at?
So this is the small flat rate box.
Okay. Okay. So that's really reasonable. And what does that cost to send out?
$22 with tracking and insurance.
Okay.
And you can pack it as full as you want. Like, you can't make it like fat, but you can pack this right to the top and they just take it and send it. And
so I can put bricks in there, like the weight doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think they have like it can be 11 pounds, but like I've never had them turn anything away, and I've had more than 11 pounds in one before.
Okay.
I haven't had it stupid heavy, but I mean I've had it 15 or 16 pounds instead of 11.
Okay. So that's definitely something that I've got to look into then.
This is Carolyn's package, by the way. See, Carolyn, it's all ready to go, all sealed, signed, and delivered with a hug.
Yay. So you're working at a local dispensary. You see, I pulled up that video earlier. I was one of my local dispensaries. I just love them. I can walk in there. It doesn't matter the time of day or the mood that I'm in. I walk in, the staff knows, and it's not just me that they know. They know everyone in the neighborhood. And it's so cool when I see that. And I realize that this is a dispensary, and it's an OCS, and some people may have, the Ontario cannabis stores, some people may have issues with that. Look, it's here. It's been legalized and the retail is here. So I really have done a serious dispensary tour this year in 22 and visited all kinds of them. And there's some really in different towns, I have my favorites. But locally, when it's at the end of my day and I don't want to have things on, it's just me and I'm walking in and I want something. I walk in, it's like, oh, Irene, we got something in for you. Oh, Irene, you got to try this. What are you looking for, sativa or indica today? And I love that. And that's the Northern Helm here in South Oshawa. So, baby formula to another province and had to remove a few bottles.
And talking about this, she went a little too heavy with the formula, right?
Oh, okay.
So I guess they do have they will get a little touchy if you go way overweight, but for my 15, like for my extra 4 pounds, they didn't.
Right. So and I mean we can fit. I mean mostly really I think it's. From my end, I think we're going to be looking at T-shirts and baseball caps, that sort of thing. Filters, papers, blah, blah.
That's perfect, right?
Yeah.
And if you get one of those business accounts, because I've got a business account card, I could probably even give you my number to use. You get you get a discount.
Okay.
Right. So instead of paying 22, you get 7% off or 5% off or whatever. But it's all helps.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Yeah. It's not that I mind spending money. I don't. But when it's just for, yes, it's giving my money to the government. They freaking get enough.
So I take every discount I can get.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. So do we want to share? Can I share a little bit of Northern?
Absolutely. Yeah, you do.
Really
and I just, on that note, I'm really excited because there are 2 hosts coming into Ontario from either side of the country when I come in. So when I arrive on the 8th, we have our new host that's going to be joining me starting tomorrow. He will be coming down from BC. So I've told Al, I said, we have to arrange something. So when you said dispensary, it immediately popped in my head. Well, we should all meet at Legacy and go visit our sponsor together.
Oh, let's do the Green Mile. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway. And you know what? Steve will love it. Your new co-host.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll really enjoy that. And yes, I'm in.
So that's what I want to talk to you about afterwards. Hey, listen, let's help me plan some stuff and let's have some fun for the few days that we have off besides ceremony.
That sounds fantastic.
Yes.
That sounds
anyway, go back to your dispensary. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just got excited.
No, that was great news because again, you know what? I love going to Legacy and I haven't been there since since the summertime. And it's really not that far from me. Oh, that's excellent. 4 adult size t-shirts and one of the prepaid. Excellent. Good to know. So yeah, so we can pack them and put a nice little gift package together.
Yes.
That's nice. That's nice. Good. Okay. So, yeah, you guys, let me show you this. We'll put us there and we'll add this like this. I put this together. I don't know. Obviously a while back. The footage isn't the greatest. And that sound, let's forget that I had cancel the sound. There, let's cancel the sound. And so I don't show it. It's not showing in the film here, but there's a really nice canopy at this mall that was so in the wintertime, when you walk in, you don't have all the snow that you're trudging through or anything else. Very, very dog friendly, as you just saw.
Honestly, like when I was up in Ontario last summer and I did my tour around, every legal dispensary that I went to had, a dog dish of water out front, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, I think the dispensaries realize. So this is Shayna. She'll be back. Shayna is the store manager, and she's absolutely wonderful. She's so friendly. I don't know how she keeps track of everybody that comes into that store, but she really does know everybody. And so do most of the staff. Like, they have a new staff member that I just met the other day. And already you can see she's starting to get the hang that, hey, that must be a regular, because everybody just knew me walking in. And like I say, I'm not the only one. I can stand in the store and about 10 or 12 other customers come through, and they're all doing the same thing. They're like, oh, hey, I'm making up names now, but hey, John, how you doing? How's your back feeling? There's Shayna. So she's an absolute sweetheart. And this staff is very well informed. Like, they know their stuff. And here's what I liked. If you're going to go to a dispensary and you're going to go to one on a regular basis, and you know the type of weed that you're looking for, if you're using one of these books, either the one that I have that I wrote or published, or you have your own method for keeping track, and you know what type of product that it is you like or what strains and the supplier, you can bring this to your stores. I told these guys, Remo Farms have just released, Al's been showing, Al has been showing the blunt, right? And so nice. And Remo has been around a long time, and if I'm not mistaken, he has 1 year his nutrients for his products that he shares with other growers and those anybody using his nutrients have won year after year after year after year.
No, it's the last 3 years paying attention to the Karma Cup, I think, most of the winners have used Remo nutrients.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, Jessica, you're in Oshawa, South End, honey. Yeah, definitely get down to the South End. And Jessica's in Oshawa as well. Very
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, so the Green Mile where we're talking about Legacy 420, that is from me. I think it took us about an hour to get there, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't do the driving. So, because I don't travel the 400 series.
Yeah, well, the Green Mile that we met you at is about 40 minutes away from Legacy. So I was thinking, like, if we could make a day out of it, we could probably do like a little bit of a tour, right? Because we're not going to have a car, so.
You got me.
I figure we can plan something and like do a tour, and then I want to go to Dodo's Bakery. Like, I got to find a way to get to Dodo's Bakery. The best tarts ever I have ever had. I've got to go to Dodo's and get some tarts.
I have no idea what this is, or where is it?
It is about 15 minutes outside of Peterborough, I think, to the north.
Okay.
And when I was driving around, I was coming along somewhere, and I'm like, I need a snack. And I didn't like what I had in my car, so I pulled over and I just typed in food, and this Dodo's Bakery came up, and I'm like, oh, well, I got to go there. I just like the name of it. World famous tarts. Let's go and see. So I went and got pumpkin tarts, and I went and got peanut butter and chocolate tarts. Let me tell you, I understand why they are world famous. They are just
Excellent.
unbelievably delicious. So yeah, like I gotta go to Dodo's Bakery. It's an absolute must every time I'm even within 4 hours of it. It's like, oh look, it's 4 hours away. We're doing a side trip. You know, that's
Perfect.
because it's that good. That good.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm in. We'll definitely have to go check it out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
And Jessica is saying that she went to the ICC, the Indigenous Cup there at Legacy. That's that is fantastic. We were there. We were broadcasting. I think I don't remember seeing you at ICC though. Were you there?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
No,
there.
right.
I judged, but I judged by mail. I wasn't actually there.
Right. Because I didn't get to meet you physically in person until Karma. Right? Yeah. So that's really cool. And that's one of the really cool things about this. I love the cannabis community because again, and so Krista, she's out in BC. Hello, Krista. Happy
420 to BC.
Yes. Happy 420 BC. I got the wrong thing. I'm smoking the wrong things.
And I get to meet Krista in April because of course I've been invited out to speak at the 420 rally in Vancouver in this April. And Krista lives out in Victoria, so she's actually coming into the city for it, and I'll finally get to give this beautiful woman a hug. I'm so excited.
Oh, that is so nice.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there really is something to be said for IRL. Like I can remember way back when the computer was like brand new in the home and stuff, because I got into the computer stuff well before. I think I was in the computer stuff in the early 80s or late 80s, mid to late 80s. I really got into it. And then, so by the time they were into the home and stuff, everybody was on this thing called ICQ. It was an app and it meant I seek you. So we used to do internet relay chat and there was chat rooms like 24/7 was when I went in. It's a small world, I'll tell you. So anyway, long story short, IRL was a common acronym that we used. Can't wait to meet IRL, right? In real life.
In real life.
Well, I used that term recently. And I don't know what they came back. Well, I do. I remember what they came back with. I won't repeat it. And it was like, what the fuck is that? And I'm saying fuck. So you got an idea that this was pretty rough, right? It's like, are you? Anyway, what the hell is IRL? You know, anyway. So IRL means in real life.
Jessica, opportunities are coming up all the time. I am coming to the area in March. I'm coming up for a spiritual medicine ceremony. And of course, obviously, I will be back for the Karma Cup in September and I will be driving up. So I will be looking for places to stop along my way.
Awesome. Yeah. You know what? We maybe can do coffee or whatever. And yeah, once we got here, like your license, you're in Nova Scotia, but you have a license.
A driver's license. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out. We got you covered.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what your daughter was saying too. She was, between me and mom. Well, don't worry about it. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to the other person that's coming along, and I'll talk with you after. We'll talk in more detail. And
excellent.
I'm super excited to come down. I'm gonna try and get us to land at the same time-ish within an hour or two of each other, because at least that way, then it's only one pickup and then try to plan our leaves around, and within a few hours, because that way it's only one drop off. It's just, easier that way for everybody, right?
Yeah. And especially when you're meeting from across the world like that, because he's coming from out west, is he not?
Yeah, two sides of the country converging. So it's like I say, there will only be one host not in Ontario. No, two hosts not in Ontario, because of course Glenn is down in Costa Rica now, and Tamara is out in the Kootenays.
Wow. Yeah, I'd love to see the Kootenays. I really would.
Oh, I was actually at Tamara's a number of years ago, and beautiful country, absolutely gorgeous country. I mean, I took one of these duster planes from Calgary to Cranbrook, where there was 40 passengers. And as you go up to the tarmac, and as you're walking up the stairs, the guy that's loading the luggage is loading your luggage and saying, "Have a great flight." Thanks. I mean, and you're this far above the mountains as you're going out in this duster plane. It was actually really cool.
Oh, I bet it would be really cool. I honestly, I think my very first plane ride, it was like a 4-seater kind of thing. And I don't even think it was a 4-seater because I don't remember a 4th seat being in it, but it probably could have fit a 4th seat, but it was like a small Cessna type thing.
Yep.
And it went over Georgian Bay, and I was young, and I remember just loving it. And then a friend of my father's around the corner used to build planes, like the little aircraft that used to go like out to the islands up in Georgian Bay, because I'm from Penetang, Midland, LaFontaine area, right? And home of the Thousand Islands. And so in the summertime, it's beautiful. It's I think National Geographic called it the Greek Isles of the North, right? And so these little planes, these little 2-seaters or these little hydroplanes or planes with pontoons are very, very common for getting there. And so most of my flying was done in little planes. I had never been near a big plane. And the first time I went on a big plane, it was like, whoa. It was a wild experience because it was just, this is a lot of weight. Like, when you go from a 2-seater that's been homemade and like just pull out of the hangar in the barn, to all of a sudden this great big thing, it's like, yeah, it's a whole new experience.
Yep. Yep, bit of a difference.
Yes.
The last time I went out to British Columbia for ceremony, one of the planes, I usually go up like the average size plane that has business class and, economy.
Yeah.
Well, I ended up on this great big huge plane. Like, I mean, we're talking massively huge plane that had the first class portion. And that was a massive, massive plane. I mean, I'm used to 6 seats across, like there were, 9 and like 2 aisles. I mean, it was a massive plane. I was just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is huge, like huge. Yeah, it was great. But it was a really nice ride. And we had these screens in front of us that like it showed where we were and the altitude and the temperature outside to the temperature inside. And it was really cool.
Oh, very nice. And you know what? That would be nice. Like, there's a lot more luxuries. I think the larger the plane, the more amenities they can add, right? Yeah. I think one of my early trips in a large plane was from, I guess, Toronto to Calgary, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember then it was like 3 aisles of seat, like 2 walking aisles. And I was young. I was about, I don't know, probably 10, 11, maybe 12. I don't know. I felt like I was a movie star, like, because every time you see the plane on TV, it's always those multiple aisles, right? So because I was sitting on the side by the window, I was like, oh, look at me. And I remember my father saying to me, you're feeling mighty big right now, aren't you? I am.
I got in this plane, and it made me think of all the movies I've seen where they've, had craziness go on in a plane. Like, this is one of those movie planes where you got snakes and shit.
Okay, yeah.
It's just kind of like, I don't know, right? But no, it was a great ride. It was a really great ride.
Nice.
Yeah, I still prefer driving. I'm not gonna lie. I did the drive up to Ontario in September, and everything's on your own clock. You do what you want to do, and you do when you want to do it, with the exception of the Karma Cup. And and that was it. It was phenomenal. It was a great ride.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I hear it's not that bad of a ride to the East Coast. I have several friends from the East Coast who often do the trip either home to see family or coming, now that some of them have moved back home. So they'll be coming up and they'll say it's not that bad. Just watch out for the moose. I've had a very dear friend hit probably 2 or 3 in her travels. And let me rephrase that before she slaps me. The moose have hit her because it was always during mating season, and they literally charged her. Like, it wasn't, I think.
Yeah, when I travel up through, I try to do it all during daytime hours because they're, you can see better, right? Mm-hmm. So if you see one up ahead, you kind of just sit there. You pull over, you park, and you wait for the moose to go.
Just to get out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're big motherfuckers.
Right.
And yeah, so like, like you will not hurt them. If you run into them, you will hurt your car and possibly yourself. Like, but you will not hurt them. So don't think you're going to get some free moose meat out of that, right? No.
And you really wouldn't want. I've heard people say, and I often have to remind them that meat seizes when it gets hit, just like we would. Tense right up. That meat from a roadkill would be so ridiculously tough.
Not if you cook it right.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? You sound like my papa, because he said the same thing. Don't you put down roadkill. Yes, sir.
No, and moose meat is wonderful. But I mean, one of the great things that they've done now, they still, like, they'll probably never take down the signs, like the warning signs, but you do now have fences that go along.
Okay.
And so it's like kind of the side of the road, and then they have areas where they, like they've got like almost tunnels built over the road or under the road where the fences go. So like the moose aren't trapped; they can still travel freely, but it keeps them off the road as well as other wildlife.
Yes.
So you see in these areas, you see less roadkill than you do in many other areas. So I think that's wonderful that they're doing that, and it makes it a lot safer to travel the roads 24/7 in those areas.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not a night driver by any stretch of the creative imagination. I get very panicky at night, but back in my day, driving between Timmins and Kapuskasing, now I'm going back many moons ago, and I won't share how many, but plenty enough. Back in those days, I was working with a construction crew. I was young, and that was my very first time ever seeing a moose, except for on TV. And it was right at the side of the road, and this thing was massive.
Yeah, they're pretty big animals.
I grew up with horses, and we had cows on the farm, and we had I've been around a lot of large livestock. Never. And I started when I was about 8. So, deer hunting, but I had never seen a moose, and what an experience. The thing was massive and huge, and I mean, majestic, like, honest to God, as funny as it looked, it was majestic.
Yeah.
It just put me in awe. Now, another 40, 60 feet or up the road, great big, huge timber wolf.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you got to be big to live out here.
You'd have to be.
Oh, they have a lot of fencing like that in Alberta as well, eh, Krista?
It's great. Idea.
And I think I've seen it in posts and stuff, Again, I don't spend a lot of time with TV. My nose, honest to God, my nose is right now surrounding me. I've got this book open that I just started. This book that I'm just rewrapping up. I've got these two that I'm working on. And I have my notes there from this morning and my notes here from tonight. So I don't have time to ever put my nose on anything other than pop onto social media, and there that's where I catch my news from, or walk into somebody's living room and they've got something on. So that's what I get from media influence. Yeah. So it is really cool when I hear like people's experiences that, this is what you'll see when you do this, or what you'll see when you do that. It's cool. I'm hoping to make another trip in the next 2.5 years. And I'd love to go East Coast to West Coast and then settle in, but I'd really love to do that. And whether I do that, plan that as a cannabis journey or a self-evolution journey, I honestly don't know. I just know that it's something's definitely in my future. And I'm very grateful because I have family from Newfoundland to the Yukon.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. You've got
in between,
places
right?
you can go and people that can take you around. That's fantastic.
Yeah. And and I'm also, I'm thinking if I do that, I would actually take a summer and, just go, right?
Yep.
And maybe do one summer because I'm in Ontario, go from one summer from Ontario out west and back, or go Ontario east and back the following summer. I'm not a winter person. I'm definitely a bear in that I hibernate. I'm probably more like a muskrat or something. I'm hiding, but So I think we're probably really close. We
are. We're at break time.
Awesome. Yeah. And
are you clicking buttons? I'll let you click buttons.
Okay. When we return, did you want to say anything beforehand, or when we return? Or?
Oh, well, when we return, we're going to get into the take a few minutes and take a look at the giveaways that we have going on, and maybe look after that kind of stuff. What do you say?
That sounds great. So when we return, we'll throw all the names onto the wheel. We'll spin the wheel, find our winners, look at all of our giveaways, and talk about some of the upcoming stuff too. Okay. I gotta get back here. I'm having difficulty finding it. There we go.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
When you think of the number of unique products developed in the fields, kitchens, and labs at Legacy 420, it's hard to think that one stands out above the rest. But tell that to the thousands of people who have tried this amazing breakthrough product.
This is our Sacred Salve. This is actually our extra strength. It comes in 5 different strengths. It's all natural, all organic. It typically works within 10 to 15 minutes of putting it on. It's good for arthritis, it's good for inflammation, any kind of pain. We're very proud of it.
Sacred Salve, so easy to apply, along with soothing relief. To select a strength that's right for you, come in and talk to your trusted partner. Legacy 420 out on your road.
Pace Radio Network, by patients, for patients, and for those who want to know.
Did you know that the Pace Radio Network isn't just a radio network? That's right, because most, but not all of our programming is now done via video and is then podcasted at paceradio.net. So if you want to watch our programming, you'll find us on the Pace Radio Network's Facebook page, plus the show's own page, and you'll find us live on the network's YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can find it all, video and audio, at paceradio.net.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Let's share Pace everywhere. That way it can help create peace. People everywhere advocating cannabis education. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
And welcome back.
Yes, we're back. Do you know, I know why my grandfather used to always say to me, Irene, you can't have a candle burning at both ends. And if you're trying to jump from one horse to the other to get both horses into the stall, it's going to take you twice as long. Take one at a time. And as you know, for the last little while, I've been riding 2 horses. I am exhausted. So I do apologize for my hyperness and my flake. I have calmed down. That joint was very good.
There you go. So we are coming to you live, of course, on Pace Radio Network. airing across all of the different streams, YouTube and Twitter, Facebook, CBG TV on Boxnet, which you can find on most of your smart TV or
Any
Roku's
streaming
or
app.
any streaming app. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you can find us and on all of them, or any of our other shows. Actually, you can go and watch them all that way. And Krista is telling you that it is a beautiful vacation, and it's one that she's done from northern BC to Newfoundland many times. And she's like, yeah, you really do need time to drive it and enjoy it all.
Thank you for the positive reinforcement, Krista. Yeah, it's something that's been playing in my head for a little while, and it got to be the right circumstances, right? And just setting it up, the right timing. And I think within the next 2.5 years, it was a 5-year goal. And I think within the next 2.5 years, it's going to be a reality. And I'm looking very forward to it. I keep looking at different places and where some of this community is from, there, and I find the cannabis community is a very friendly, open community. Hey, if you're in town, we'll show you around, right? So again, that makes a huge difference, because it's like going to see friends IRL.
That is true. That is true. So if you guys remember, last week's giveaway is this package of microdoses. It's a wonderful package of microdoses. You get 4 mini bottles. There are 4 different kinds. There's the original, Lion's Mane, an evening blend, and one called Scoobies. Which is just a little bit different. And this is the difference. Like, these are the regular size bottles, and these are the mini bottles that are in it. Aren't they cute?
Awesome. And this is great for to try and see how this is going to affect you and what to expect, right?
Yeah, it's a fantastic way. Like I said, you get 4 different blends, and each blend is a little bit different. And you get, there's 5 caps of each in there. It's just absolutely phenomenal, and such a cute little package, and it's such a great product. So I've got the wheel loaded, and we're going to do that here in a little bit, and that is what is up for grabs here in a little bit. But I have a giveaway prepared for next week. If you want to talk about that before we, make people hold on and tantalize them a little bit with waiting for the wheel on the.
It's a tease, if you please. Hey, I just watched Beauty and the Beast. You bear with me.
Any Disney show will get you to do that.
Right.
So this week I have pulled from the bin one of my newest favorite products.
I'm going to make you full screen, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you click buttons. This is the Handy Dabber. I discovered this when I was out in British Columbia in October, and when I was out there for my spirit medicine ceremony, and I went to Howell, and he is basically a friend of a friend, and I said I would definitely go over and say hi to him. I did, and this was his gadget that he was selling. So I took a look at it, and I was able to give it a go while I was there. I'm just going to open this one so I can show you everything. It's the coolest little machine. So the Handy Dabber comes with 3 pieces. It comes with a little straw.
Okay.
And a little dab tool.
Yep.
And then, of course, the torch attachment, which clips onto your torch, as I have done here.
Okay. Yep.
So that is the attachment. I'm going to put it back in its box.
And what's the straw for?
You'll see.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to do a dab.
Yay!
Now I don't even know where it's a bamboo straw. So I just grabbed a little glass straw to replace it. So I'm going to use that. And I prefer, my own dab tool. So I'm going to use that. But they do send you everything. It is just literally clipped on to the end of the torch. Pretty simple. This will go back and forth, by the way.
Oh, nice.
If you want to use the torch for torch purposes, you don't have to take it off every time.
Cool.
You align it with the flame, and then you just heat it up.
Nice.
Meanwhile, I have my dab ready.
Yep.
I am dabbing honey badger extracts.
Blueberry. I love their products.
Yeah, blueberry lemon Skittles. And of course, they won High Turf last year with their loudmouth.
Yes. I actually still have some in stock. Nice stuff. Yes.
I left. So you get her red, you let her die down to orange. You put the dab in, you suck it up with a straw.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How
it wasn't
cool
a big dab, but my allergies are still bugging me and I didn't want to make myself choke.
Right.
Yeah. No. So this is a great little machine. I absolutely love it. It's probably one of my favorite gadgets that I've gotten. I don't use my dab rigs or my dab pen or anything now. I use this gadget. It's easy, it's convenient, and it's unbreakable. So if you are a festival goer,
there you go.
Right there. I mean, it's super easy. You get yourself a silicone straw with a titanium tip, and you've got nothing that's breakable.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna give away this. I have to go click buttons now. We're gonna give away this next week, and this is how you enter. You tune into Tokin Talk, which you've done. You're here with Reverend Cindy and Green Irene, and I'm going to tell you the catchphrase or the little question or what you got to do, what you got to send me here in a minute, and you're going to email your name and the entry answer to teandtoke@hotmail.com. That is teandtoke@hotmail.com before next Sunday at 7:10 Eastern PM. Yeah, and you're going to do this, and we'll post this and we'll share the post so you can actually look at it, because I'm going to take it away now. I guess this week, what also I want to know is, what is your favorite way of consuming cannabis? Smoking, dabbing, vaping. Do you prefer blunts, joints, spliffs? Hash to shatter, hot knives.
Yeah. What's your preference?
What's your preference? You tell me your favorite way. Tell myself and Irene, I should say, your favorite way, and you are in on the draw, and you can win yourself a handy dabber torch attachment. This thing is the coolest little thing ever, I swear. And you can, I think it's the handydabber.com. I will share, when we share the info to enter, I will share the website too, so you can go take a look. These things are the coolest little gadgets ever. And I'm like super, super, super duper excited to be giving one away.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it looks really, really cool. I'm not someone who does a lot of concentrates. I just don't. Partly because I probably I've misplaced shatter pouches in my paperwork, and it's just easier to know where my joints are. And the vaporizer unit I use is that Volcano, right? It's a big machine. I'm not going to misplace it. So I don't do a lot of dabbing, but I love those tools. Like, I'm going to be showing that to my sons, because I have both my boys like to use shatter or concentrates.
Yeah. And it's inexpensive. As long as you have a torch, it just clips on. It just has to be a torch with like that kind of end.
Yeah.
And off you go. Like, I mean, it's super simple. They do make sure you have the bamboo straw and the little dab tool, so you don't have to go get anything to go with it.
Everything's there. But I mean, usually a concentrate consumer is already set up. They have their favorite little dab tools or their favorite little mats, right?
Yep. Krista, just so you know, you will probably be able to get one in person on 420. I think he's getting a booth.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I'll make sure I go and get a picture of him, get a selfie with him the next time I'm there.
Perfect.
I mean, I really didn't think that I was going to fall this in love with this little dab rig. It's just like the best thing ever. We've even, I was so impressed. I went and showed the lady that owns the head shop that I help at. We're so impressed with it. We ordered some for the store.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very
And when I'm in there helping and somebody comes in and asks for a dab rig, I whip out my torch and I'm like, let me show you.
Excellent. Yes. And you know what? Again, Krista, that'll be really easy. I don't know if you're in an electric wheelchair or not, but I know my old wheelchair, I had the side saddlebag pockets on my chair. So I used to be able to fit my torch into that because it was easier for me to light the torch than to try. Back then I couldn't use my hands. So often I couldn't get my cigarette lit or my joint lit, right? Because I couldn't use the lighter. So I would use the torch. Now, yeah, okay, big tools, don't lose them. But the torches from like Karma Cup, they fit right at like your torch.
That's perfect, yeah.
It fits right into the side of the little pocket. So, it's a manual chair. So I don't know what you have on it for bags or anything, but yeah, it's very portable, those little torches.
Yep. Oh yeah, these are great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I say, like, I mean, the whole thing is unbreakable.
I love it. It's fantastic. No, it's fantastic. Like even if you drop it, right?
Yep. No, it's a great
and I
machine.
love that it pops out of the way. Yeah. Right? How cool is that?
It's perfect.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah. So that's it.
Excellent.
Yeah. And okay, well let's go to this. Let's talk about the entries. Where's my phone?
All right.
I gotta tell y'all what everybody said. I mean, let's see what everybody did. Okay. Leona was gonna relax at home in her PJs with her doggos. That was awesome. That sounds like a great New Year's. Somebody else wrote in, they're gonna ring in the new year with their 2 cats and some good smoke, and they've got tons of munchies, which is wicked. Another friend, somebody emailed and said, that they might just be the luckiest. She's getting a mushy tattoo. I went and got a mushroom tattoo as well. And then she came here and ate mushrooms with me.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then somebody else was ringing in the new year with her grandchildren, making noise with pots and pans. I remember doing that.
I remember doing that when the kids were little.
Yeah, somebody else entered New Year's Eve up to the countryside with a great friend that they've had for over 16 years. And she was her lifeline. They're going to have a fire, but it was raining out. So they had Mary Brown's instead. Well, that's awesome. Mary Brown's is good.
Mary Brown's is good. Yeah. Merry Mondays.
Yeah.
That's so kind of like a staple.
Yeah. Those are the 4 entries.
Awesome.
And this is the wheel. Now I've got to go over to the other page, and we'll do this. And I'm just going to click the button and off we go. We'll see who wins. How's that?
Sounds perfect to me. Carolyn B.
Carolyn, you won. You want to know what's really, really, really funny?
No. What's what? Tell me.
I sealed up her package this morning, and I thought to myself, I should wait and see if she wins tonight.
But you sealed it. Did you ship it out?
No, but I can't open it.
Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations, Carolyn. Congratulations.
Awesome.
I mean, hey, we lost that part of it, but yay. Okay, yay, Carolyn.
Oh my! So yes,
Kimberly joined us. Kimberly, your package is on the way. That was one of my 11 that went out. Like I said, there was one of 11, so I'm all caught up. So that's awesome. That's an awesome prize giveaway. And this week, so Carolyn won the mushroom package, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now to win the cool little torch attachment, now tell us what your favorite consumption method is, or method of consumption is. Do you prefer edibles or flour? And you will win this torch Cindy told us all about.
Torch attachment. This is my torch. But we're giving away the torch attachment.
Right. And that's the doohickey thing that goes on the end that makes everything so convenient and easy. Yes. I love easy and effortless.
Yes. It makes it nice. For sure.
Yay, Caroline. Yes, or Carolyn. Carolyn or Caroline? Caroline. Oh, I love the picture of her kitty cat. Look at him. He looks like he's wearing a tuxedo.
That is Mr. Kitty.
Ah.
I have met Mr. Kitty. Do not call him Kitty. He will ignore you. But if you say, hey, Mr. Kitty, he'll come running and give you a hug. He is an amazing cat. It's very, very sweet.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Dabbing.
Yeah, Carolyn is a big dabber. So this, she should get, entered onto the new one for sure.
Very cool. Oh, Jessica, send them to Tea and Toke. Here, we'll put it up. You send them, send it to Tea and Toke here. There you go. Send it to the Hotmail address, teaandtoke@hotmail.com. And if you send your answer in to that email, we'll be able to add you to next week's wheel to win, for a chance to win. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'm really slow on the button pushing and the keeping track. I'm
and I can attest that that's very unlike Irene. She's usually quite on top of it, right?
You know what? It's just, it's the transition. And like I said, for the last few weeks, I've been hopping from one horse to the other, trying to wrap up and finish some things over here and trying to get this horse started over here. So it's been a real juggling act. And obviously by evening, I am done.
It'll all level out and it'll all work.
Absolutely. I figure, another 7 to 10 days and I should be right on track with the proper elevation and, energy levels and all that sort of thing. It's just
getting the habit started. I understand.
Transition time. Yeah. Transition. So what did you do for New Year's?
The exact same thing as Bonnie did. We went up to another friend who is a tattoo artist. He's done actually the majority of work that you see on me. And I got a mushroom tattoo, and I got a psychedelic mushroom tattoo. And then Bonnie got an amanita basically on her wrist. And then the three of us came back here and ate copious amounts of mushrooms and tripped and laughed. And then, smoked a lot of cannabis and dabbed a lot of cannabis. And then ate a lot of red pepper jelly. It was fantastic.
Oh, very cool.
How about yourself?
I forgot it was New Year's, and I thought I was waking up in the middle of World War III. I'm in a strip of buildings, so the noise echoes like in a wind chamber, and everybody's fireworks went off at the same time, and I had my window cracked open a little.
Happy New Year.
Daylights out of myself. Well, it scared the day. I knew what it was right away, and it was like, okay, open the window and woohoo, Happy New Year, and okay, all's good, back to bed and off to sleep. But I just, again, it's that whole transition, right? Use the time you have available. And so I was taking advantage of the non-working downtime, getting all my work done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is about that time of the evening that we sadly have to say goodbye.
It is. So thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. And thank you so much, Cindy, for running things and being on top of everything where I am not. I do appreciate it. It's much appreciated. Again, get your answers into us Sunday evening, Sunday evening by 7:00, and that gives us enough time to go through everything, get it on the wheel, get everything set up for the board for the following Monday evening. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Cindy, and thank you to everybody who's making these donations of these gifts too. I mean, that's greatly appreciated for sure. Okay. Have
a great week. We'll see you next Monday night.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Generic closing.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
When you have a pain that's reached its peak, Legacy for 20, it's so unique. If organic cannabis is what you seek, here's your trusted partners 7 days a week. Suppository salves, vapes and drops, topicals, edibles, infused pop. Just when life seems like it ain't easy, at Legacy 420, enjoy a pop freezy. Lab tested products, make them the GOAT. Legacy 420 out on your road. Legacy 420 in Tyendinaga Mohawk territory. Indigenous organic cannabis at its finest.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.